Okay, what we're going to be taking a look at here is the next version of the Manager and of the Strategy Trader, version 11. Not much has changed in version 11 of the Manager, but you always want to use the latest version with the latest version of the Strategy Trader, as they both work together, and there could be some minor glitches that were corrected over in the Manager. And at the present time it's Friday morning, and the New York Stock Exchange is open, and you can see we got some live trades going on here. And I started this yesterday, so what you see on the chart here is actually the second chart. First chart got saved, and this is where we're at right now. And you can see we have been up to a maximum of $69.10 with an overall loss of $16.88. But of course the open trades have been down to a negative $32.16. And this is the present what we got going on. And version or strategy 6 has some of the same functions as the other strategies. Now strategies 1 and 5 have not been changed. They're the same as they were, so if you were using them you can still use those. But strategy 6 is going to look a little different, and we still got some of the same markings here. As you can see, the the round star symbol indicate that it is into its first phase of finding a trade, and then this arrow from left to right is basically telling you that it has passed a bunch of tests and it is into its final phase now, waiting for a trade. So as you can see, if we go like here over to the Aussie CAD, we are into the first phase. That's what the arrow is indicating, that this possibly could be a long trade, but now it's waiting for more confirmation from price action in here. And now when we get the price action that follows, then what we will get is, like if we go down to the pound Swissy here, or the pound you can see then we get the breakout line, which is indicating that we got the first phase of the test, and now we have passed all the tests that took place in here, and it has given us our breakout line. So now when the price closes on the other side of this line, of course, it will go long. So basically it's kind of working similar to the other ones. Now you will notice in this version it looks the same. Now if we go to an open trade, like here's a short, when a trade opens, you can see we got the first phase of the test, and it passed whatever it was looking for in here, and it took the trade. This red candle closed below the breakout line, so it took the trade, and we are presently in a short trade. And it has also added on Marty. If you have Marty selected in the setup, it will put Marty on. And also there's the add on option, which is the same as before. If you turn that on, then as it goes down, if it finds a point it looks like it could be a good add-on point, it will do an add-on. Now the original entry is noted by a yellow vertical dotted line. If you get any, comes back and closes on the other side of your Marty lines, it will put on another trade, And those we'll put on a vertical line here, which will be this magenta color, same as Marty. Now if you come down here and it finds a add-on trade and it puts an add-on trade, it will put a vertical line at the add-on trade, which will be white. So we got white for add-on, we got magenta lines for Marty, and then the yellow line, of course, is the original. Now, anytime you're in a trade, of course, you can always add on anytime you want to. So if you think this is going to continue down, you can just go up here and hit the, since we're in a sell trade, hit the sell button and do your own add-on here manually. And it will add on the same lot size as you got selected back in the manager. Now remember, when these add-ons take place on Marty, the first one uses a multiplier of 1 times your lot size. So if your lot size, say, is 0.01, it will do an add-on of 0.01. The next one is a multiplier of 2, so it will do a 2 times the 0.01, which will be a 0.02 lot size. It'll add on, and then this one is a multiplier of 3. So it'd be 3 times your original lot size, and if your original lot size, of course, is 0.01, it will be 0.03 add-on. So just remember that. And these, you can change the settings of these back in the settings, or if you're even in a trade when they're on, you can highlight these and move them if you want to. But just try to keep the order the same, like don't drag the third one down and put it down here and have the second one above there, because these are all basically numbered. But you can move them around manually if you want to. You don't have to leave them right where they're at. You can just double click them, put them where you want. Okay, so this is number 6. Now you'll notice back here there's no trade on, so there's nothing up here. But now when you get a trade, back to here, you notice we got 2 extra buttons up here. So now you can do some manual things to this strategy 6 you couldn't do before. Like if you click on the add take profit, say you see some support or something down here, so you're just going to want to put a take profit there and get out of the trade. What you can do is click on the add-on line. It puts a take profit line. Now you can move this wherever you want to put it. So say I want to put it up here. Now when the price hits this line, it doesn't have to close beyond it. All it has to do is touch it or go over it, and it will close the trade automatically. So you can set up your own take profit and then let strategy 6 continue on for you or get stopped out. And once this gets hit and gets stopped out, everything will continue on just like it's an automatic trade, and it will start looking for the next possible trade when it gets this first arrow. So you can add on your own take profit if you want to. And here you can see what it tells you, what your take profit would be, 86 pips. Now that is measured from your open price, which is here. So if you measure from here down to here, it's 86 pips. And as you can see, as you move this around, that number up there changes, so you can get a rough idea of how many pips of take profit you would have. So that's your take profit. Now you also have, let's move this down a little bit, and add a stop loss line. If you click on this, you notice it puts a stop loss line. Now you can grab this and move it around. And same way here, it tells you what it is. At the present time, it's 44 pips, and it is fixed. This is a fixed one. Now you can also grab this. And I got to be careful so I don't kill some trades here that are going on here. And move it wherever you want to put it. Now you can see we're at 132 pips. And that is measured right now from your price, whatever your price is presently at. It's not measured from your opening price, it's measured from here. So if you measure from here down to here, you'd be around 131 pips. Now, that's 131 pips. So say, let's just leave it there. Now, if you click this again, it now goes into a trailing stop, and it will trail at 130 pips. So if the price goes down, this trail at 130 pips. And the way you can tell if it starts to trail is, you can see right now it's still at red. It's because the price hasn't increased any. But once your profit increases and this space, see how it turned orange? That meant the profit increased and the trailing stop increased from your set value of 130 pips. So now it is starting to trail. It's orange. That means it is starting to trail at 130 pips. And you can see it's bouncing around a little bit. Right now it's back to 129. But it went past that 130, probably hit 131, and it's changed to orange. That way you can tell now it's a trailing stop. So you got your choice here. You can select fixed, which will leave it permanently where you put it, or you can use a trailing stop. So basically those are a couple of functions that have been added. Or you can turn it off to this particular strategy 6. So go ahead and give her a try and see what happens. You can see this one is consolidating a little bit here. We'll see what happens. Today is Friday, so I'll be shutting everything down here in a little while anyway. But here's one here that's kind of gone against us a little bit, but that's kind of the way these things work. They go up and down, you know. This one here actually it went far enough, as you can see. Let's see, expand this a little bit. You can see it a little bit better. You can see the original entry was here, but then we went down far enough into profit that it signaled an add-on. That's why you got the white line here. That's an add-on. That's why you have two trades. So apparently it passed the test for the add-on at that point and did an add-on. So this one you got two trades going on. Here's another one with two trades. Now this one went back and actually hit the first Marty line, so it added on a Marty trade. That's why it's magenta. See, so now you got a yellow line for the original and a magenta for Marty. And you can see the original one was 0.05, which is what our lot size is set at. The second one with Marty is 0.05, because remember I says the multiplier for this is 1, so it'd be the same as your lot size. This one, the multiplier is 2. So if it would have hit this one or close on the other side of it, then of course you would have a lot size of 0.1. And this one, of course, is a multiplier of 3. So basically that's where we're going right now. Give it a whirl. And as you can see, now we're back into profit a little bit here. And as you can see, we have closed, looks like we have closed one trade. And if we look at the stats, there's the trade that closed. It closed at $15.28. And these are the ones that are presently open. Now this one, strategy 6, is a little bit more picky than the original ones, 1 through 5. So you probably won't get as many trades. Now remember also, say you're going through the charts and you see something, and you say, hey, this looks like it's going to be a nice long trade up, but it's not giving you any kind of signal or anything. You can go ahead, click on the buy, and you notice it took a buy. So you can do what you want with it. You can enter trades. Okay, so that about does it. Catch you later.